And right now, you're looking live at I-4 near Ivanhoe, where traffic lanes are narrowed as the I-4 Ultimate reconstruction project is in full swing. The lengthy project brings the promise of a better and faster road.
But there's a price to pay for drivers willing to pay tolls to ride in the planned express lanes. Are they really faster, and what might they cost? WESH 2's Greg Fox puts it to a toll test.
After a full year of I-4 Ultimate construction, drivers are learning pretty fast that it can be an ultimate pain in the neck on your daily commute. Driver impatience, big trucks getting uncomfortably close, people suddenly braking because they're confused. The question is, will toll lanes really make a difference? I-4's future can be seen in I-95's present-day express toll lanes in South Florida. They go from downtown Miami north to the interstate turnpike split. Maximum cost, $10.50 at rush hour.
It is very, very expensive at times.
It is a bit pricey.
Another catch, once you're on, you can't get off. That'll be different on I-4. It'll have half a dozen places to get in and out of express lanes, and they'll be separated by barriers, not flimsy plastic slats on 95. The minimum cost in Orlando will be the same as in Miami now, 50 cents. But that's like when most commuters are watching The Tonight Show.
Keep clapping, you show-offs.
Not rush hour, when drivers must decide if they'll pay to shave an average of 4 to 7 minutes each way off their commute.
Is it worth it?
I personally don't think it's worth it, no.
Absolutely.
If you're willing to pay a toll, you can get a more reliable trip in the peak period.
John Easterling is the DOT's express toll expert. He says I-4's new toll lanes will give a faster trip to all because those willing to pay for Lexus lanes will take vehicles from the Chevy lane.
So it's going to be a better trip for everyone.
The state tells us, on average, the afternoon rush northbound gets you through the 8-mile stretch of I-95 in 11 minutes. The free lanes, 18. We put it to the toll test. So it's about 5:15. We're in downtown Miami, going north on 95. It is the middle of rush hour, and all 4 lanes are stop and go as we approach the express lanes. It's pretty good for us at first, even on a rainy day. 50 miles an hour in the express lanes for a couple of miles. We're about halfway through the express lane right now, and we are moving along at a good clip, about 50 miles an hour, while the free lanes are going about 20, 25 tops. Then, major meltdown. Party's over. For the final 3 miles, we inch along, just like in the free lanes. It takes us 23 minutes to go 8 miles for more than $10. What will I-4 cost at peak? Well, we don't know because the DOT won't tell us. But the state is betting $2.3 billion. Enough drivers will pay it.
And I think it'll be a pleasure to those that drive I-4 every day.
In Orlando, Greg Fox, WESH 2 News.
A pleasure driving I-4. Those are not necessarily words you put together.
Tonight, a WESH 2 exclusive, tracking down your lost luggage. And we're talking about everything from suitcases to iPads, golf clubs, jewelry, you name it.
Stuff disappears like planes in the Bermuda Triangle, but WESH 2's Greg Fox discovered the secret place where your vanishing valuables get a second chance and explains why airlines are still losing tons of your belongings.
You trust airlines to make sure your luggage ends up where you're going. But the not-so-merry-go-round of baggage has left a lot of passengers empty-handed.
Never came, looking everywhere for it, and just never showed up.
Yeah, it's like, how can that happen? Where are they?
1.5 million suitcases and other items are lost by airlines in the U.S. each year. And your loss could be someone else's gain. We traveled 600 miles to a unique store. Unclaimed baggage in Scottsboro, Alabama. The size of a Walmart, it's the world's biggest lost and found. If it was lost in flight and you couldn't be found, airlines send it here to be sold. Sporting goods like a new kid's bike that never made it home for Christmas. Got it. Cameras from vacation? Check. Tablets, computers, phones? Tech it out. And clothing? Formal, casual, athletic, every style and size. The most expensive item?
All kinds of sparkle going on with that.
A $43,000 diamond and gold bracelet found in a lost bag. A steal at half the price. It's also a museum with collectibles too rare to sell. Like, believe it, a full suit of medieval armor.
Oh, yeah.
Every bag is a potential gold mine.
Think about this. There are roughly the same number of passengers flying every day, about 2 million, as there were 10 years ago. And airlines are discouraging people from bringing bags on board, charging $3.5 billion in fees a year. On top of that, since 2007, the incidence of mishandled bags is down 61%.
So why, then, is this store thriving? Easy. More people are bringing carry-ons to avoid checked bag fees and forgetting them.
And in the rush to get off the plane with the bag that you chose to carry on rather than check, you may have left that iPad in the back seat pocket.
It's a real hit with locals like Kevin Simmons and his family.
Instead of shopping on Amazon and looking around and looking through 50,000 items, you come in here and see, that touch it, feel it.
And with more than 1 million tourists every year.
It's on people's bucket list.
And the list of new bargains grows by thousands daily at a remote store in a tiny southern town, despite airlines' best efforts to make sure you and your bags end up in the same place. Greg Fox, WESH 2 News.
Who knew? May have to plan a road trip, right? Well, best way that you can prevent the permanent loss of your luggage and valuables in flight is to make sure that you have identification inside and out. Also, place your name on electronics, and if you really want to be sure, you can invest in high-tech tracking chips for your bags and other items.
Greg, you've been out for hours and hours now. You're out in Bunnell, and we've seen your situation change. How is it looking now?
Well, first of all, we had to relocate because the situation we had on that main street, North State Street, that runs through Bunnell, just was not suitable for us anymore because it was blowing our satellite dish around, which you can see here. We've got to have a certain amount of protection, and we have found it right here. This is the 3-story former courthouse in Flagler County. Brick, solid, cement, ready to go. And that's good because look at this, just around the corner. Take a look at those awnings, those coverings, blowing like crazy. And then the wind is also causing a lot of sideways rain, both with these trees here and going all the way across the street down by that car wash business and down by this small lake is really blowing. Now, I want to show you some video. This happened just after sunup today among the transformers blowing up. I know that that knocked out power down along the North State Street area. And then after that, of course, the heavy rain, the heavy wind, it caused this kind of problem on the roads. Tree limbs, tree trunks, just all kinds of debris on State Road 100 west of Bunnell. In fact, we were helping a man, Stephen Harvey, who lives near here, to help clear that road so that other traffic could get by. And then obviously, the situation has become so dangerous at this point that I'm amazed that I see any of these people that are out here on the roads who are just driving. We are driving very slow, parking in very safe locations to make sure that we can continue to bring you these weather conditions from a safe location. We're not going to go out there on the sidewalk because with the gusts that we're having, it would blow us down. And so we're staying here behind the shelter of the building. We have talked with emergency management officials, with the sheriff's deputies, and with the police, and they're also keeping an eye on us too, that for our safety, to make sure that we're operating in a place in which we're not going to get blown around. And we're going to continue to stay on this situation for you, but the shelters are still open. Remember, there's one in Palm Coast, 2 in Bunnell. They are virtually full, people staying where they need to be, and that's a great idea because right now is when the storm is getting really bad and where people have to stay exactly where they are.
All right, Greg Fox, thank you so much live for us there in Bunnell.